attention, the breathing, a sort of awareness of the full content, and the opportunity to reframe how we automatically look at things. So there's emotion-focused strategies, problem-focused strategies, seeing new options, and also just a quicker recovery time of either mental disequilibrium or that feeling of being off. And then it can bring calmness and balance of mind. Doesn't mean no stress, but it does mean that by bringing mindfulness in, mindful awareness in, we can move more quickly through the initial stress reaction, which is the same, to a place of more equilibrium. Okay, I feel like I did a lot of talking today. Any questions about this? Any observations? Any thoughts?
Well, I had an experience, and I don't know if I dealt with it correctly, but one of the reasons I wanted to even take this course was to learn how to think before I react, to wait and then respond when appropriate, and with, sometimes my message is the right message, but my delivery sucks. So it may turn somebody off, but like they have agreed that it was the right message, but I have to work on delivery. So in my business, I had a conference. It was a 5-hour conference the other day, and I actually took someone's place and really did not want to be there. And I told the person, my boss, that I'm gonna have a real hard time keeping my mouth shut because so many things that I disagree with that I know will happen. And the joke was that I'm gonna go with my mouth taped, right? So that was the joke, and a few people were in on it. And I actually sat with someone at the conference that knew that the joke in my office was that that my mouth was taped. So the entire time I was at the meeting, I kept imagining the tape, which wasn't there, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And when I really couldn't hold myself back, I just, tapped on someone I know and I said, I need stronger tape. So that worked for me. I mean, I don't know if it's an exercise that's taught anywhere, but I really did keep it together.
So there's a famous, I guess, among yoga circles, saying by Curly Babo, which is, before we speak, we might ask ourselves, is it necessary? Do I need to say it? Will it improve the silence? That may not be the exact quote, but you used a strategy. While you were using the strategy, were you aware of what was coming up? Thoughts, emotions in your body, what was coming up in the body? And did not talking change your typical relationship to what might have been going on in the body?
I think that not speaking may have helped the outcome. Had I spoken and not had my thoughts clear and my delivery the correct way, that would have been worse. So not speaking was the right thing to do. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you that while I wasn't speaking it felt good. Like, that didn't feel good, but, because I wanted to say so many things. Would it have helped? No, it would not have helped. So it would have been better. So it was better that I didn't speak.
So so you're looking at the outcome as a positive outcome, given the strategy.
Correct.
And, so it was you shifting your response to what might typically be an automatic,
Right.
reaction to situations.
Are you gonna say I need more help than this? I'm sorry, you gotta sign up full time. All right, you're going directly from here into the institution and the guys with the white coats are right outside.
I'm not even gonna answer.
Okay.
What I am thinking about is that this approach might have put you more in touch with what was going on internally without acting on it. And I'm kind of curious about that. Did you notice tension coming up? You know, all these stress responses, did you notice them coming up in your body or your emotions, your thoughts?
I guess knowing that I shouldn't speak was something to focus on. Just knowing just knowing to control myself that was a focus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you do it again,
Right.
I wonder if you could put the attention to what the experience is in the body. I mean, in those moments when tension is arising, stress is arising, the signals sometimes that help us to know what's going on, stress reaction, is what's going on in our body. You know, we did the triangle of awareness last week, remember?
Can I ask a question? But what happened with all the suppressed emotions? I guess you didn't talk and it felt good because you didn't create any, any harm. But what happened with the emotions that you're staying with? Like, you need to do something. That's my feeling. I need to do something.
So let's look here. So what would the suggestion be? Can you appraise? Can you be aware of what's going on in the body? And reframe it. Oh, he must be driving fast because he's got an emergency. Maybe he has a pregnant wife in the back seat. The kids are yelling. Maybe they're hungry. Maybe they didn't get enough sleep. Maybe it's not that they're just out to annoy me. Is there something else I can do in response to what's going on? And it may be that strong emotion comes up and that we sit with the strong emotion. And sometimes the emotion's too strong. So we choose to do something else. Bottling it up is not how I would frame what we're doing here. And we all do that sometimes.
I was just asking about it also. So it's kind of like as soon as you start feeling any kind of like stress, like you feel like stress or you feel your body, the level rising, like you want to just try to stop and like kind of, like I think, appraise your thoughts, figure out what's going on, and like try to reframe. Like that's like you want to just do it as soon as possible, kind of thing. Like just.
You can't do it until you become aware.
Right.
And we become aware of what's coming up in the body. And I had something happen last weekend that the Reader's Digest version is, we were at the beach, I asked somebody to turn his volume down, and as my husband and I were leaving, this guy came over and was very threatening, and it went right to my stomach. We left, and then I did some work on it, and I thought I was fine, and the next day, I was going about, and then had the thought about it, and guess what? Oh, that's interesting, it's still there. Huh. I guess I have to do some more work with it. In the past, I think I would have just denied it. Oh, I'm fine, oh, that's nothing. The body and our emotions give us a lot of information about what's gone on, what's going on. And so when we notice, oh, my back's tight, gee, I wonder if I'm having stress, if I'm stressing about something. Because so much of what goes on becomes unconscious. When we, yeah. So when the awareness comes, to kind of respect it, give it credence, say, oh, yeah, thanks for letting me know. Whether it's tears or emotion or tension in the body. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say when you said about like working on it, so what does that mean in terms of mindfulness, like taking the time to think about and analyze what happened, how I might have reacted, how I'm feeling, or doing something like a body scan, like what does that mean? Like when we realize we're having a physiological reaction and we wanna work on like how to.
Well, we can use the stop technique. Okay. So STOP is an acronym for becoming aware of our stress reactions, and it's actually something that's, I'm gonna give you in your homework here. So what we do is we stop what we're doing for a moment, take a breath. Something happens. All right. So that's ST. O is for observe and open to what's happening. Oh. My mother's talking nasty to me. My kid is screaming. This guy is coming into my face. And in those moments, sometimes there's some reframing that goes on. I'm not threatened. This guy is not going to punch me in the nose. My mother is doing what she's always done on automatic. I'm going to not respond in an automatic way to her. Or the kids are overstimulated. I guess I have to switch gears and have them switch gears. Or feed them. Or put some music in. Or, so like how many different, there's plan A, plan B, plan C. And then once we kind of take those few moments, we can proceed. Because at that point, we might be able to think outside of our usual box. Remember the 9 dots? So when we can think outside of the box, we can come up with creative solutions.
So it's stop, take a breath, observe, and proceed?
Yes. And it's on your homework sheet. But we're not up to the homework sheet.
Oh.
It's just, given what you were asking, I thought I would offer that. kind of reminder drawing here of, with the homework of the triangle of awareness. And, you know, the idea is to, when we can, make the distinction between reacting and responding. And then, you know, we talked